Hi everyone, welcome to day 8 of our Power BI training. Yesterday we worked with advanced DAX for metrics and time intelligence. So today let's focus on two very powerful features of Power BI. So the first feature is using variables in the measures. And the second is creating dynamic parameters for what if analysis. By the end of this session, you'll know how to simplify complex DAX formulas with variables and how to build interactive scenarios with pipeline parameters. Okay, so let's start. In DAX, we often repeat the same calculations inside a formula, and this makes it harder to read and sometimes inefficient also. So that's where variable can help. We can store intermediate values and then reuse them in the written part of the measure. So let's create a DAX metric with the help of variable. So I'm going to create the profit margin with the help of variable. So let's write profit margin with where. So I'll write where for you to get to know which one I have created. So first of all, I'll create a variable. So I'll write where. Now I'll define the variable name. So I'll write the name as total sales. Okay. So which is nothing just sum of sale amount. Then I'll create another variable, the total cost. This will be again similar as sum of total cost, your cost amount. Okay. Now, so we created the total and the cost. Now we will create a profit variable. So we will create variable as underscore profit. I can give the name, which is nothing just total sales minus total cost. So what I can write total sales minus total cost. Okay. Now I need a return value. So I will write return. And here what I need, because it is a profit margin, so it will be in the percentage. So I will write divide. I have to provide the numerator. So the numerator is underscore profit and the denominator will be the total cost. I'll click on enter. I'll change it to percentage. So here you can see, I'll go to our next page. So here you can see, I'll drag and drop the profit margin and change it to the KPI. So we have the 24.67% of profit margin. So here what I did, I created three variables. So this is a variable 1, variable 2, variable 3. Gave the name and defined the formula. And then I used them in the return statement. So this makes the code shorter, cleaner, and easier to debug. So these three things which I did separate here, what I did it just inside a single metric. So it did the code shorter. It made the code shorter, cleaner, and easier to debug also. So if tomorrow I want to add tax or discount, I can just add another variable, and that's the power of variable. If you want to see the profit margin from here, so I'll just copy this profit percentage and I'll paste it here because there we have applied some filter. So see, it is very similar to the same. Okay. Now let's move to the what if analysis. So sometimes business users wants to play with scenarios. Like what if we increase the discount by 5%? What if our sales target changes? So in Power BI, we can create dynamic parameters that let us change numbers with a slicer. So let's see how we can create a dynamic parameter. So here in the modeling, when you go to the modeling, you can see we have option of parameters where we can just click and we can create two kinds of parameters. So we have the numeric and we have the field. So I'll just show you the numeric today. So I created a numeric parameter. So I'll name the parameter as, let's say, discount range. Okay. Now I'll keep the minimum as 0 or maximum as 0.5. 0.5 represent the 50%. And increment will be, let's keep it as 0.05, which is 5% of, okay. And default value. So default value, we can add it. Let's add 0. Okay. So I think I have an issue here. So maximum I can keep 1 and 5. So let's keep it like this. Okay. Data type is whole number. That was the issue. So I'll change it to decimal. I'll keep it as 0.5. I'll keep the increment as 0.05. And let's create a slicer. Okay. So first of all, this will create a parameter table. So here you can see discount range parameter table we have. If I drag and drop, so here we have the, see, this is the discount range, okay, table, okay, and it is giving the slicer automatically. I just change it to the table view. It is giving the slicer automatically, and we can just, what we can do, let me do one thing. If I change it to percentage, let's see what happens. I think this one I need to change. I change it to percentage. Okay, now it's giving me the percentage wise discount. Okay. So this create a parameter table with value from 0 to the final is the 50% in the steps of 5%. So now we can create a measure using this parameter. Okay. Let's say what we have here. Do we have discount? I don't think so. We have the discount basically. Let's do one thing. So we will create a new metric. So sales after discount. Let's create a new measure. We will use the parameter there. So we can create sales after discount. Okay. So what we will do again, we will write variable. So variable, what we want the discount as a selected value. So that selected value discount equals to, we will keep it as selected value. Selected value is a DAX. So here you can see selected value. Then we need to write the column name, which will be the discount range. Okay. And then we will close comma, we will 0, we'll keep the default value. And what we need in the return, we need in the return as the total sales into that total sales into, so we want this discounted sale value. So into, we will want what we want, 1 minus the discount. Okay. I'll close it. Let's, I clicked here. So let's see, this is 30%. If I make it to 40, if I make it to 50%, so you can see what we are getting, the sales with the 50% discount. So the total sales with 50% discount. Let's add a product for doing the calculation. So it is like a second, just a second. Let me change it to the dollar mark. Yeah. So for headphones, if we give 50% discounts, So what we are checking? We are checking to $43,000. If we give 0, so it is 486. So that's how. So this measure takes the slicer value as discount and calculates the sales after the discount with the help of that selected value. So now when we are moving the slicer here to 10%, so as you can see 10% discount we got. So sales after discount we are getting. So that's a live what if scenarios. So we can show this in the card, and we can use it for the dynamic range of discounts or dynamic range of fee, numerators, numeric values. Here we can create like the similar slicer. We have another kind of parameter, which is the field parameter, which we will be discussing in our upcoming classes. Okay. So today what we learned two key concepts, like how to use the variable to simplify and organize our DAX measures. And also we learned how we can use the parameters for interactive what if analysis. So with these two tools, what you can do, you can make your own reports cleaner and much more dynamic. So we will see the advanced comparisons like same period last year, rolling averages, and other advanced time-based calculation tomorrow in our next class. So for today, so thanks for joining the class. Let's connect tomorrow. Bye bye.